If you are applying to come to Canada, do it now. The reason I say do it now is because a lot of things are changing in immigration. I believe as the years go by, things get more difficult because of a lot of factors. And one of the things that I believe right now that is of major concern to the government of Canada is housing. In recent weeks, I've been hearing about upcoming plans or discussions being had by Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada to make changes because of housing. And particularly, they're focusing on making changes and putting a cap on the number of students, international students, that are accepted in institutions in Canada. And a lot of people, and it might be facts, I'm not sure, I've never checked the exact figures, the statistics to say if international students is Canada's main stream or major stream of getting immigrants into the country. And these are temporary residents, right? But the housing situation in Canada has been a mess. It is a mess, and it's getting worse. And it's not the easiest thing to find a suitable house. And it's very expensive. It depends too on where, what province. So many things are changing now. It's harder for people to get to Canada, and even if you get here, it's harder to stay. So it's very important right now to be very strategic in your means, your pathway, your route to come to Canada. And especially if you're planning to come as an international student, it's better to try to get in before they officially start putting caps. They're making changes to processing times, or they're proposing, and I think they're gonna call them trusted institutions or something like that. Apart from the DLI, the designated learning institutions, schools will now have trusted institution status. So many things are changing. I suspect that the rejection rates will increase, and you might have to have a good and strong application, maybe have more money to show that you can afford housing because of the prices, and you have a solid plan as to where you're going to live. So the time to come is now. And the other point is that the longer you wait, the harder it might become, or might be, because of procrastination. So many things can change, will change, and I don't think there will be a perfect time to start. So start saving, start doing research, and I will make the point of the fact that you don't have to depend on an immigration lawyer, an immigration consultant, a company to get your process started. I used a company to come here, and it worked out. I'm here, right? But I didn't know that I could do it on my own. And it was not until I started the process that I actually started doing research, started learning the different things, started watching YouTube videos. And I found out that I could do it on my own. And shortly after being accepted, I did my family's application on my own. They were successful. All the other immigration applications that we have done since being here have been successful. So that's proof enough to me. Once you read That is, do your research, do your due diligence, talk to people that have done it before you. Ask questions, remain curious, remain very inquisitive, and take the time, be deliberate to search for what you need, find the right information, but get it from the trusted source. Get it from IRCC's website. But designated or registered immigration consultant or lawyer, and that's the next thing. Don't just go with a company or somebody that says, hey, I can do this for you. They have to be designated or related and fit to go through the immigration process with you, do some things for you if you need to use them, and they have to be reputable and following the laws and the rules and being compliant. Figure out the best pathway for you. Coming to school might not be it for everybody. Coming as a permanent resident might be the better way, although there may be struggles, because most of us here, or many of us rather, are facing a lot of, or have faced a lot of challenges, and it has been because of a lot of factors. That is another topic, right? But come with an open mind. Come not feeling that it's going to be a bed of roses with cherry on top, but come expecting to be uncomfortable sometimes, intentionally and unintentionally. Come with being open, as I said, and expect the unexpected. And it goes back to what I am always mindful of. Don't be discouraged by the smallest things that might come up, and they're bound to come, because in this life nothing is perfect, right? Just remain mindful of why you're here, why you want to come here. Do your part, do your best, put your best effort out, and do your application properly. Provide accurate and true information, because once you put the information on the application, it will follow you, and you have to write letters to explain why it is not what you said it was, and make corrections to what you said, why you said it, why you misinformed IRCC, and that can be very dangerous for you. So do the right thing, do it properly, and know that it will cost. It will cost you your career, maybe your home, giving up everything technically, or most things if you're not blessed enough to be able to work remotely. But know that you're giving up a lot to come here, and you may have to start over. That's the reality for a lot of people. I do know that some people have come here and have gotten jobs in the same fields that they were in before, but it doesn't happen a lot. I'm not saying it will never, so don't think that at all, but it's rare. A lot of people have to start from the bottom, and I've always seen myself doing more than I'm doing now, doing more than administrative work. And now I have a master's degree. You would think that it would be easy to start from the top, but no. Coming to Canada, it's about having that Canadian work experience to get a proper job, and a lot of people have to start somewhere, and the somewhere might not be what you were even willing to do in your own country, but you come and you do it, and there's no shame in the game. That's my outlook. You do what you have to, as long as it's not illegal and it's not degrading and it doesn't go against your Christian background, your moral, anything, right? Do what you have to do to make it legally, and just put your best foot forward. It wasn't the toughest, it wasn't the hardest. I can't say we suffered and I'm giving all praises to God, because that wasn't our story. That isn't our story. But at the same time, it wasn't easy. A lot of sacrifices were made. My husband works at nights. He didn't do that back home, right? The type of job he's doing, he didn't do that back home. You just have to know why you want to come here, why you're here, and remain focused on that until you get where you want to go. There's so much more that I can say, but I'll leave it at that. And to go back on the main point, if you're planning to come to Canada, come now, do it quickly, start the process now. So many things are changing, so many things will change. There might not be the perfect pathway. Just do what you need to do to get here, and get here quickly. And when you come here, come with a plan. Come not expecting to live a lavish life. Don't come and spend off the little money. The more you can hold on to the money is the better for you. So don't come expecting to rent a lavish house or to buy a lavish house, to buy new this and new that. If you can use the resources that are there, Facebook Marketplace, newly used things or lightly used things, cheap things, free things, Facebook Marketplace is the place for you. Just have a vehicle, just have somebody to help you to get the stuff. Rent a U-Haul. You can make it, trust me. I wish, well, no, I don't wish, because that's not my focus. I'm not going to vlog. I guess if you call this vlogging, talking to you about real things. But I have testimonies, so I guess I can do it that way, of how we got some of the things that we have in our house free, good conditions. Look at that TV. Free, good condition. Just God's blessings. That's what I can leave it at. So don't come expecting the lavish. Don't come and spend off your money and be flashy. If you have to take train and bus in a snow, until you can get a decent vehicle. Don't go trust no vehicle neither. Don't put yourself in a debt to get. Don't put yourself in debt to get. Our vehicle was not new. It is a 2013 Dodge Journey. It wasn't in the best conditions, not sparkling new or not sparkling used, but it's good enough. We've had to do work. Every vehicle you need to maintain and change parts and all these things, and there were times when we didn't know what was wrong. But my husband was blessed with a good friend, a mechanic, so he now does his thing on his own most times, or with assistance a lot, and it's been working out, and eventually we'll get there. I don't even know if I want new but it works, so you don't have to go lavish. We started off in a basement, but it's one of the most affordable options compared to the others, and you don't have to go there either, right? But it's what you can get, and at this point when I'm talking about the housing situation, it's basically what you can get. So start with what you can get, as long as it's nothing too far from school or far from work, or it's not an area that is not the safest in Canada. Start with what you can get, and eventually you move up. And if you can't find a place before coming, do an Airbnb for 2-3 weeks a month while you come here on the ground and you do your house hunting. You can start there, you can find a place before you come, but there are scams. So those are so many topics to touch on. There are housing scams, so you have to be careful as well. And if you find somewhere, it might not be the best. If you can find somebody to help you with the viewings, they go and they look. That's the support we got. And we were able to find a place before we eventually moved on our own, when we moved from Alberta to come to British Columbia, to Surrey. We got that support, we got a place, it was okay. And then we're now in a better space. I wish I could show you my view, but the blinds are not up, so, and then it's not yet. I'm a hot mess to turn the camera around. Start now. Even start doing your research. Have a timeline of when you would want to achieve what. If you need to go take a loan, go take it. As long as you have a way of showing that you can repay the loan. Or use your spouse, if you have a spouse, to say, okay, your spouse will not come to Canada with you, but they have a job, they're staying. That works. That's what I did, and my family eventually came and joined me. We're paying back a loan right now. I'm not ashamed. We are repaying NCB, National Commercial Bank, for our loan. It got us where we wanted to get, and it's just one of those things. And it's not just me, a lot of people have done it. They're repaying loans. So if you don't have the money and you have a way of getting a loan, take it, but don't neglect it. That's what I will say, because we had to be paying back the loan out of the loan. Don't give up hope. Canada is not a bed of roses. It's not. Canada is not a bed of roses, but in my humble view, and don't knock me for saying this, I think we're better off being here than if we were in Jamaica in a lot of ways. Things are way more expensive. I can't even tell you how much my rent is. I wouldn't even dream of paying I would never have paid so much money in rent when I was back in Jamaica. But I couldn't even afford a house in Jamaica. That's another thing. But yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope you got something of value, and I'll see you in the next video.